changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Posa shuts the door.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona Madison.
Jim Rutledge.
For me, Jordan Love can start shutting people up by just winning the damn division one time.
Molly Brown.
I actually think Jaden Reed is going to be like the guy within the next 2 years, not Christian Watson.
Welcome to Wisconsin's afternoon hangout.
Do you think the Packers would win 5?
Yes, that's what I said.
Neutral
I said it
field?
3 times. 5
Okay,
and 5.
Why?
This is Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Thank you. Next, welcome into Molly and Jim. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. And it's over, Molly.
Thank God.
The saga of Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks is officially over. Shams and ESPN accomplished their mission. They got him traded from Milwaukee to Miami. And now the NBA can be happy again. They've moved on to Anthony Edwards.
Oh, have they? I haven't seen any of this. I've just been like bogged down with thank you, Giannis, thank you, Giannis, thank you, Giannis, thank you, Giannis. That's all I see.
And do you want to say thank you, Giannis?
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Giannis. You got us a title for the first time in 50 years, which is incredible. I'm not sure if the Milwaukee Bucks will have another player like Giannis or at Giannis caliber for a while. But, okay. Like you said, thank you next. I'm moving on. I will say, however, I am more sad than I thought I was going to be. Like, I mean, I think I've been one of the biggest proponents of just saying, like, your time here is coming to an end, and it has been done for quite some time. Like, please just move on. And I honestly thought I was going to be like, good, I'm good. Like, this doesn't even affect me. But then when I saw the news come in, I was like, holy crap, it's real. And I'm actually slightly sad, but more so just sad because it's like it's the end of an era. That you know you're not winning another title with Giannis, unless you think that he's going to come back like LeBron, like everybody's been saying.
He's too old.
Exactly. I'm like, LeBron was like 24 when he went to Miami.
Yeah.
Not like 34 like Giannis. I'm just kidding. Giannis isn't that old, but close. But yeah, I'm a little bit sad. How are you feeling?
Relieved that it's
Good
over.
word. Yeah.
Because this has dragged on forever. I'm sorry, the goodwill for Giannis that I've had is washed away. I'm just sick of it. It's one of those things where over the last few years, it was clear that Giannis wanted to go somewhere where he can win. And I'm not going to fault that. But in desperation, and the Bucks are saddled with the remnants of their desperation now with the Dame Lillard contract hanging on their books for God knows how long. You got to figure out what to do with Miles Turner. You're stuck with Tyler Herro and Kyle Kuzma. I don't know which one's worse. Tyler Herro is probably like just the next Kyle Kuzma. People liked Kyle Kuzma for a while. And then
when he was with the Lakers.
Because that's like he was good for like a couple of years.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, wait, you kind of aren't that good when you have to be like relied on. And I think that, so now they got two versions of Tyler Herro and Tyler Herro and Kyle Kuzma. I mean, the Bucks right now, the roster could be like the most unlikable team in the NBA. But Giannis has been infuriating. Let me ask you this question. What word would you use to describe last year as a Bucks fan?
Like this past season or like the season before?
Let's do the last two.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Disappointing?
Miserable and apathy. Last year, I could give a crap. I could give a rip what happened with that team because they weren't doing anything.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I honestly don't think I watched one entire Bucks game this past season.
I feel like you're certifiable if you thought the Bucks were going to do anything last year. Like people trying to sell me on the idea, like, well, the Bucks with Giannis and then they can just make a run. No, that's not even how the NBA works anymore. Like that's a whole other thing of like Bucks fans acting like gotta have a star. We talked about this yesterday. Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton are not stars. And so, like, let's just relax. They both won a title, one played in the NBA Finals over the last few years. You can build a really good team and see what happens. And The Pistons did that a while ago. It's one way to do it, but the league is taxing teams the more and more they have to pay someone. But with Giannis, I was just sick of him at the end. I got it. He got the title, and that was awesome. But since that title, things went downhill for the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis. Mm-hmm. Everything got worse year over year since the NBA title. He got older. He got more injured. He got more, I don't want to say more famous, but he seemed more interested in fame.
Which is fine.
Yes.
That's totally fine. Just be open about, just be forthcoming about what you are. Like, if you enjoy the fame and the ritzy lifestyle and all that stuff, cool. Don't pretend like you're some down-home guy that doesn't care about anything except for baseball and your family.
Right. Or basketball.
Just don't, yeah. Did I say baseball? I mean, he loves the Milwaukee Brewers. Isn't he like part owner or something in the Brewers? I don't know.
He is.
Okay, yeah.
The Wisconsin's got a weird habit of Aaron Rodgers, part owner of the Milwaukee Bucks, gone. That's the next death nail, is hope Jordan Love doesn't sign on for a team to be a part owner of.
Yeah, Jordan Love, please don't do that. I think for me, I just don't like feeling like I was lied to. And I feel like that's what the last few years have been with Giannis, where it's this whole, exactly what you just said, where it's like you're trying to like portray this person that you are in front of everybody, but then behind closed doors, you're not that way. Like, and like you're openly like saying, oh, the media's lying about XYZ. I never said those things, but it's like they're not just making those things up. So right. I think for me personally, and that's just, maybe that's me getting too attached as a sports fan, as a Wisconsin sports fan, as apparently we do. I don't like feeling like this awesome figure in our state is lying to me. I don't enjoy that feeling.
844-770-3776. That's Carpus Talk and text line. List is more. You can call in and bucket dump on it. How are you feeling today? I think the two feelings I want to put out there for our Sliding Limit poll question is, how are you feeling today? Sad or mad? I'll give two options here. You can either be sad or mad. And if I'm given those two options, both feelings are there, Molly, but I'm probably more mad than sad.
Why would you be mad?
I'm mad that it had to get here. I'm mad that the Bucks didn't get a dollar bill for Giannis. They didn't trade a dollar for a dollar. They got.
Don't you feel like they got a lot? Like
they got a lot of poo-poo platter. They got a lot of things. It's like, I love this analogy. I do it all the time, but from Meet the Parents, he goes to the like Walgreens type place, and he's like, "Do you guys have any nice Dom Perignon or some nice champagne?" No. Well, do you have any kind of expensive champagne? No. We got Mums. You can buy, like, well, what am I supposed to do? It's like, you can buy a bunch of Mums. And so the Bucks just got a bunch of Mums. Like, Tyler Herro, I'm sorry, is an empty calorie player. Like, he can get you numbers.
I don't think he's going to play on the Bucks.
Right, but he's like, even if he gets you numbers on a bad team, he's not a winning basketball player.
No.
And Ware, I don't know.
I did, to make you and me feel better about Ware, I did hear Evan Cohen this morning on Willie and Tausch say that he is like an ounce of Victor Wembanyama. He said if there's anybody in the NBA that is an ounce of Victor Wembanyama, it is Ware. Now, I'm not saying 1 ounce is like incredible when the man is like 200-something pounds, but like,
actually, an ounce of Victor is better than like an ounce of Shaq. But like, I wonder how much an ounce gets you of Victor, like what that shakes out to.
Honestly, probably like a foot.
Right. He's a foot shorter version of. I think.
No, he's like 7 feet tall.
Okay. Yeah, I think 6'7". Yeah, somewhere in that range, 6'10" to 7 feet tall. So let's go to Tim in Oregon, 844-770-3776. That's Carpus Talk text line. List is more. You can bucket dump. Tim, how's life out in Oregon?
Yeah. Hi, Jim and Molly. I like your show. And here's the thing. I think that the Bucks have so much draft capital. Those two picks. Now, here's what I'm saying. I think we can fleece the Thunder. They want Yaxel, Luxembourg, and we, of course, we might want them. But like, we could get a couple of good players off the Thunder, and we can like kite up our picks. I want a top 5 or 6 pick because that's the Spurs currency. Like, get Caleb Wilson or that A-Cup. Like try to get like somebody up there. You know what I mean? We have enough players, and we can sort all the other players out, and trading Miles Turner out, Carroll to keep them. But we have enough marbles to trade for something here. So I think we need one of those top 6 picks. That's what the Spurs did. If we're going to do the draft, you got to get up there. So that's all I have to say.
Jim in Oregon, I'm with you. We'll have more of that conversation tomorrow.
Jim in Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Sorry.
Oh, no, all good, Tim.
Thank you.
Yeah. And calling 844-770-3776. That's the Carbostalk text line. List is more. You can bucket dump with us. I do hope the Bucks try to package some things together. Oklahoma City, technically, their pick is behind the Bucks, so they wouldn't package those to Oklahoma City. But, if you could go get the 5th pick and get Acuff, I mean, there's talk that he could be the next great point guard in the league, and I'd rather have, back to the mums conversation, I'd rather have one all-star player or all-star caliber player than 2 rotational players.
Right.
And that's usually where it falls with the Bucks in 10 and 13. You can package those together, great. And I'll say this, until he's gone, trade Tyler Herro. Trade him for whatever you can. And maybe that's Detroit, who has the 21st pick. If you can trade Tyler Herro for the 21st pick, I actually feel a lot better about this trade.
So the Bucks have the 13th pick in the NBA draft tonight, right?
Yep.
You want to hear some other 13 pick
Sure.
over the last few years?
Well, they also have the 10th, but yes.
Okay, so the 13th pick in the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yep.
Pretty good. I'd be happy if we got somebody of that caliber. Second one, in 2019, Tyler Herro.
Ugh.
He was the 13th pick. I just think that's so funny.
That's a pretty good. That's kind of the type of player you get there. Like if you usually if you land on the 13th pick, it's a Tyler Herro type.
Yeah, I mean, there's some names on here like Jalen Duren, obviously from the Pistons. Like he was the 13th pick, but otherwise, rest of the names kind of don't even know who they are.
It's very much a
Unfortunately.
crapshoot there. But how are you feeling today, mad or sad? And it's interesting, Molly, that, and I heard this on Wilde and Tausch. We'll talk with Jason Wilde about this in a little bit, but somehow Aaron Rodgers is the one that left the state of Wisconsin the best because, look, he's an insufferable a-hole, but he owned that. And I honestly, as annoying as he was, I think kind of just gave you verbal diarrhea what his mind state was and just told you everything. And that was obnoxious and frustrating. But looking back on it, like obviously in this scenario as a sports fan, you'd rather have a player just tell you what they're feeling. Like there was no ambiguity what Aaron Rodgers was feeling.
See, I disagree.
Okay.
Because I just feel like Giannis did play with us so much, and I think maybe you're saying that because we're a couple years removed that
Very
you forget
true.
what the feelings felt like.
Yep.
But Aaron Rodgers tossed fans around quite a bit. Like by saying, I might be back, I might not, and then he doesn't show up to OTAs, and then you're like, what the heck are you doing? You have all these new young wide receivers. How are you going to be successful? How are you going to make the most of your time here in Green Bay when your time is coming to a close? Like, you're not going to win a championship if you don't even show up for practice. So I disagree. I think now that we're just a few years removed, you might have just forgot the feelings that it was. Because Aaron Rodgers was very much annoying.
He was. 844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talk text line. List is more.
Yeah, we got a couple. One from JJ in Poinet saying he's more akin to you guys. He said, don't care. Cool to get a championship. Now back to not caring about the Bucks for a while. My heart rate and blood pressure didn't change at all when I heard the news. So JJ in Poinet, he didn't care at all. I
think he's an anomaly.
I don't understand that whatsoever. But bad news from Robin Madison. Micah Parsons just met with Steve Schmidt and is buying into the Mallards and Nightmares. LOL.
Because of the joke about...
No, I get it, but is that true?
No.
Oh.
Right? I would imagine that's true.
He could. I don't know. He was here in Monona last week.
You never know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe you just hit it off. I would think more of like whatever the Green Bay team.
Green Bay Blizzard, their indoor football team.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, why do that when you could lotally buy ownership of the Green Bay Packers?
True. It's a great point.
You and Micah both can be owners.
Oh, my God. I would love it.
Would you be a little bit... I would think less of a
I
player.
would be
if
best
they're-
friends with Mike
Is that even
Parsons.
allowed? Like,
What?
I wonder if like
It's a good
some
question.
weird
I don't know.
bylaw that like even though it means and it's worthless pieces of paper, could a Packer player buy stock? Like, is that some sort of...
And then he goes to the locker room, I'm your boss.
Right.
I own this team.
Or, like,
I have no
could you
idea.
imagine someone accidentally violating the CBA because they're like, "Oh, I'm going to buy this as a goof," and then like, "Oh no, I can't play this year." I get what you're saying on Rodgers, and I'm not giving him a pass, but Giannis seemed phony, and he clearly wanted out for the last few years, and just never owned up to it, and. it got exhausting because then he's throwing you end up throwing other people onto the bus who are trying to do their job, and you're probably giving information for whether it's ESPN or The Athletic or other things. And
he doesn't have a team. I don't know what you're talking about. He doesn't have people. He doesn't have people to go talk to the media. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just family. And so then you have like this whole other thing of like the Bucks don't know where they stand. Giannis is kind of hemming and hawing. They're doing this back and forth. The Bucks now get less than they should have. I mean, we all can agree they did not get equal value for Giannis. And unless Giannis, I don't think anyone's rooting for this. If Giannis takes a dramatic drop-off, which is not out of the question, especially defensively, he's been on a downward turn from winning Defensive Player of the Year to not even being all defense the last couple of years.
I mean, he hasn't played full seasons.
But he's down to like his blocks per game and rebounds. Like all that's kind of gone down as his points have gone up. So he is a descending player at the age, and 30 is usually the beginning of that for bigs where things kind of flip on them. Now, that's what Miami was telling the Bucks. I get why Miami did it. They want to take a big swing. I wish the Bucks had traded them earlier, and I still blame Giannis and his whole like not willing to own what was happening for why this took so long. And that's why I'm mad at him. Like, I'm mad that he made every year since the NBA title miserable. Because I feel like because whether it's maybe it wasn't his fault, but not wanting to play Budenholzer and then Adrian Griffin and then Doc Rivers and getting Dame and doing all these things for him, Middleton and all this stuff, it was all bad. And then this game of like, I can lift this team. What was their record in 2000? Like a couple years ago when he finished third in the his like last full season with the Bucks when he finished third in NBA MVP. I don't know. I feel like they were not that like a 2 or 3 seed, and they didn't.
Well, was that the year that they lost to the Heat? I'm trying to think back.
I mean, since winning the title, they didn't do much. They had one more year when Giannis finished third in MVP, and they still didn't do much in the playoffs. Either they won one series or they lost immediately, and that's kind of where.
Well, if you're talking about the 23-24 season, the Bucks were 49-33.
Yep,
finished third in the East.
Yep, yeah, and they didn't do anything in the playoffs. And that was the last time, like, I think that was the highest he's finished.
Yeah, the Bucks have lost in the first round for the last, well, they didn't make it last year, obviously, but the 3 years prior to that, they lost in the first round.
Yeah.
First to the Miami Heat, and then the second two to the Indiana Pacers.
So I'm just mad because it reached its peak and then it fell off a cliff very quickly. If you want to avoid falling off a cliff, though, with your energy, Zoa could help.
Oh, yes, it can. I drink Zoa every single day. I had the green apple flavor today, and it was absolutely delicious. It gives me just the right amount of energy that I need to get through my busy work days here at work and at home. So if you need a little bit of a pick-me-up, head over to zoaenergy.com to find where you can pick some up for yourself.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
As a single mom, I questioned college. I worried about having enough time and support, but I'm so glad that I didn't let that stop me. Once I started at Madison College, I realized I can do this. I'm really proud of myself. My instructors truly care about my success, and I have a community of support. My advice to other single moms, do this for you. There's more to your story at Madison College. Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions. and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Craving something crispy, cheesy, and brand new? Say hello to Pizza Hut's new Crispy Parm Pan Pizza. It's the original pan crust you love, now topped with a crispy golden Parmesan edge baked right into the crust for an extra layer of flavor and crunch. Try a medium one-topping Crispy Parm Pan Pizza for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order your Crispy Parm Pan Pizza today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
This Father's Day, do more with Dad and spend less with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him fired up with a new grill and accessories, like the Next Grill 5-burner for just $299, so you can spend more time together while he becomes the grill master he was always meant to be. Or build memories with savings on top brand power tools so you can tackle projects side by side. Gift more and do more together this Father's Day with help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
You're listening to Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987. Welcome back to Molly and Jim, your afternoon home for Wisconsin sports talk on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mount Horeb says on the Cardinals Talking text line 844-770-3776. List is more. He says, more disappointed in Horst with the whole last few seasons. Dame was a disaster, and his moves have hamstringed the Bucks. Meanwhile, I thought this one was interesting because as this news broke last night, this morning, whatever you want to look at it, whenever you saw it, one of my first thoughts was I wonder how Celtics and Heat fans are feeling, because James on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream, remember you can always stream us there and comment, he says, I'm a Celtics fan. He can't stay healthy. Great he didn't get traded to Boston. Thank God. I think that's so interesting because that was one of my first things that I thought about was, how do Celtics fans feel? Are they excited? Are they sad that this didn't go through? And how do Miami Heat fans feel? Because it feels like if you're a Heat fan, one, you don't even have like a team anymore around Giannis. Like I saw a meme earlier today where it was it's like Will Smith when he's standing in the empty living room at the end of Fresh Prince, and there's nothing there. And then it like was Giannis, and I'm like, that is pretty much what that roster looks like right now. But like, I'm just wondering for Celtics fans, because I feel like I've seen so many comments, whether it was yesterday's show that we had or even like a couple weeks ago when one of my clips got clipped and put on Twitter and I was getting attacked by Celtics fans. They were all excited because they really thought they were going to get Giannis and that he was going to go there and be their superstar with Jason Tatum. So guess I'm just wondering how they all feel now.
How would you feel if you're one of those teams? I mean, if you're the Heat right now. All right, so we're Bucks fans here, and you gave up Tyler Herro, which is a starting point guard. You gave up Jaquez, starting, like, what is he, is he a starter or rotational player? I don't even know what he was.
He'll be, I believe.
He was Sixth Man of the Year, wasn't he?
For the Bucks, he'll be a starter.
Yeah, for the Bucks, he'll be a starter.
Yeah, then they got Ware. And then who's the guy they got from the first-round pick from Illinois last year, the point guard, who actually kind of liked the pick. He's a European guy, point guard.
You just can't pronounce his name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kasparas Jakucionis. I don't know.
I heard Jesse say it this morning, and he said it like beautiful. So I couldn't tell you.
I heard a couple people say it today. I'll figure out that pronunciation.
But anyways, I remember him lighting up the Badgers a few times when he played at Illinois. The guy can shoot. And so I think that's an interesting one too. But so now to your point, it is Giannis, Bam, and then I don't know what. And if you're Boston, Giannis and Tatum was a high injury risk. So
if I'm Boston, I'm more so worried because if you genuinely believe that Jaylen Brown is as good as you think he is, which I think a lot of Celtics fans really like him, but obviously wanted Giannis because he's better than Jaylen Brown. I feel like I'd be worried about just how that affects your team's chemistry. Because, it's like Jaylen Brown was a superstar for the Celtics this entire season. Like, he got them to the playoffs, and how deep into the playoffs that they went was because of him. Like, you didn't have Jason Tatum the entire season. So I would almost be wondering, oh my gosh, how is this going to affect Jaylen Brown? Is Jaylen Brown even going to be on the Celtics this next season? Like, what is that going to look like? I would have quite a bit of fear of the unknown when it comes to the Celtics if I'm a Celtics fan.
844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talking text line. This is more. How are you feeling? Are you feeling mad or sad? And I'm mad it got to this point. I'm mad that the Bucks didn't get more. I'm mad the Bucks don't have some big star to build around because Giannis jerked him around for the last few years, because he couldn't just stand up and say, I want to be traded, because he wanted to be loved here too. I get it. He wanted to be loved in Milwaukee. I don't disagree. I'm not saying that he was misleading on those feelings, but he absolutely, like, if I'm a Bucks fan today, I feel lied to by Giannis. Because if Giannis wanted to stay, he'd be here. And then there was a story in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that came out today that said that Giannis told the Bucks he wasn't gonna sign the Supermax extension. And so that's him telling the Bucks now that I don't want to be here. He told the Bucks at the trade deadline he wanted to be traded, but he wasn't adamant enough about it. He didn't go public with it. He didn't put his foot down. He allowed the Bucks to try to talk him into another thing. Even at the beginning of the year, it was like, oh, he'll come back this year, but if at the trade deadline things aren't going well, you're going to trade me, right? Right, and the Bucks still didn't do it. But Giannis never took control of his own destiny because he was terrified of being viewed as the bad guy. And again, back to the Rodgers thing. Rodgers wasn't afraid of being viewed as the bad guy. He was annoying in his own way, but he wasn't afraid of being the bad guy. And I'll at least respect someone who's not afraid of being the bad guy. Giannis didn't want to be here and made things worse for himself and made things worse for the Milwaukee Bucks because he couldn't just stand up with his full chest and say, get me out of here.
So if you had to vote who the bad guy is in this situation, because that was a common conversation that we've had over the last 2 years, is like Giannis just doesn't want to be the bad guy, right?
Yes.
Who do you think is? Is it the Bucks or is it Giannis?
So that's a different. You asked me the other day, like, who do I blame? I blame the Bucks because they're the organization. You're supposed to be the one that's looking at the overall long-term future of the organization. I blame the Bucks, but the bad guy here, that's a different question. That's Giannis. I'm sorry, it's Giannis. It doesn't mean that the time here wasn't great. It doesn't mean that that title isn't what it was. But in no way, like, if I'm a Bucks fan, I'm mad that two years ago was disappointing. Last year was apathetic because nobody cared. And that's because Giannis couldn't just stand on his own 2 feet and say, I want out of here. Or demand out. Even if it was behind the scenes. Even if he didn't want to try to create a bad trade market, then he could have done it. But he was involved in this. Where do you think it came from that he only wanted to go to Boston or Miami?
Right. Those were his. See, that's the thing that bothers me, I think, too, is like, see, it's tough because if I'm John Horst or the Milwaukee Bucks front office, I don't know what you would do in this situation, because it's like, you've had Giannis. Obviously, we've all seen the tribute videos that are going around about his last decade in Milwaukee and all the things there. So it's like, you want to do right by the guy. But also at the same time, you need to look out for your best interests. And I don't know if the Milwaukee Bucks did that, because the fact that you even let Giannis choose which teams he wanted to go to give you direct orders of where he's willing to go is kind of crazy to me. And also the fact that he's in the East still, and if the Milwaukee Bucks do want to potentially contend and make it deep into the playoffs, like, what are you doing sending him to a team in the East? Why were you even considering the Boston Celtics? Because as we said yesterday, getting Giannis automatically makes them a championship contender.
Yes.
So why the hell, if you're the Bucks, would you even entertain that offer just to be nice to Giannis?
Well, it's because Giannis said those are the only two teams that Giannis said he'd sign a long-term extension with. So then if you're another team that's interested in Giannis, but he isn't going to sign a long-term extension with you, then you're not going to take whatever deal the Bucks give you because you're getting a 1-year rental of Giannis, and then he can go wherever he wants.
But I don't like having the ball be in Giannis's court.
Well, I don't think there was an option there.
But here's the thing. It always was in Giannis's court. The Bucks just never realized it. And Giannis never was bold enough to say...
Had the cojones? You can say
it. Bold enough to stand up and say, I want out. This isn't working. I want to be a winner. Milwaukee was great. And you just move on. We always use the divorce analogy, but you just stand. If Giannis dragged out the last 2 years of a miserable marriage, he could have been like, I want out. This should end. I want out. And he didn't.
Well, it's funny that you say that because Philip in the 920 on the Carbos Talking text line 844-770-3776, he says, it's been a breakup, living in the same house for years, and now finally can move on.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I felt stuck in purgatory as a Bucks fan because if you look at that roster the last couple of years, you're like, we're winning nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then you got what? Giannis is not going to... Any Bucks fan that didn't think Giannis was leaving, I can't help you. And the idea that Giannis is blameless in this is a little bit silly, and the idea that everyone points to Dirk, right? Oh, Dirk stayed in Dallas. Mm-hmm. Dirk had some bad years in Dallas, as far as not winning. He was willing to do that. That's what made Dirk different, was he was willing to say, / Cuban maybe have done some sort of side deal to make sure he got plenty of money for staying. But, Dirk was willing to stay and say, I'm willing to ride out the bad years for another opportunity to win here. And obviously we're not in Dallas and followed as much, but from my understanding, he didn't try to control the roster the same way. And so now you got Giannis, which is more the LeBron route of having say and at least an opinion in my coach.
Yeah, but LeBron's a winner.
But
so it's different.
True, but in Cleveland, the first time around, I want to say in my coach.
He was also a child.
Right, that's on Cleveland. I'm not blaming LeBron for it. I'm just saying in that point because I believe.
No, I'm just saying the difference between Giannis and LeBron.
Because one of the guys he ran out was, I believe, Mike Brown. Yeah, that Mike Brown. And so you can't let the players have full control. You need the players to feel like they're involved, and it's not fake involvement. It's just a matter of I hear you, I see you. It's not going to happen. The Bucks handed the keys over to Giannis, and Giannis was at the same time, too afraid to drive. And so it just kind of drove off a cliff, and this is where we're at. Tyler Herro and some draft picks. Tell everyone about Carbon World Health.
Oh, I would love to tell everybody about Carbon World Health because that is where I get my hydrofacials done. I was actually just thinking about them today. I'm like, I need to book my next one because I do go every single 4 weeks, so about every month, and I absolutely love it. They have actually absolutely changed my skin. My skin is glowing all the time, and it is because...
I can't even look at you. It's just,
thank you. It's just radiating off you. I know. But yes, if you are looking to get that bright, dewy, glowy skin, head over to Carbon World Health today.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team is certified for delivering the most accurate forecasts in the entire state of Wisconsin. Morning meteorologist Savannah Brito.
When you're making plans, the weather often has other plans.
Evening meteorologist Blaze Keller.
At home, at work, or on the go, when we know, you'll know.
Chief meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Our team has the experience you can count on and the accuracy you can trust.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well. Earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Summer is the time to enjoy the outside. Enjoy the deck, the patio, the fire pit, the shade, the screen room, the in-ground pool. Enjoy all of it in your own backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's top TimberTech decking installer and can deliver a design and build your next maintenance-free deck with a custom screen room and automated pergola. To get started, stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's amazing Madison showroom and visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com. Let's build that new backyard with Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss here for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of the house this summer and enjoy a great weekend at Road America, located conveniently between Milwaukee and Green Bay in Elkhart Lake. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. Camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in racing your way. It's more than a race, it's a full-day experience. Trans Am is up next at Road America coming June 26th through the 28th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com.
I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval from the Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. There's been an incredible increase in the use of technology. We've grown a successful program for both robotic hip and knee surgery, but now the next frontier is robotic shoulder surgery. I think the advancements, specifically when we look at robotic surgery, it is that extra tool that gives us instant feedback and make sure that we get to our destination the right way and in a reproducible way.
Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
Jason Wilde on Molly and Jim is brought to you by News 3 Now. Jason Wilde, the best green and gold coverage from the best in the business. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Goody wouldn't have got him if he was 27. No.
He would have put him in a nursing home.
Correct.
35.
Good one. There you go. That's the better line. That was well done, Molly.
So don't call him a fan.
Fans are short for fanatics. It's media being too, I would say, unbiased or unemotional.
It's Jason Wilde on Molly and Jim.
Jason Wilde joins us now at the Yuengling, on the Yuengling Guest Hotline. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, now officially in Wisconsin. D.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. And Jason, I'm guessing it's different being on this side of a saga of a player leaving, but you have experience in this. And it's weird to say, and I heard you and Tauscher talk a little bit about it, but I think Aaron Rodgers handled this better than Giannis did, because at least Aaron Rodgers was very clear. Even if I didn't like what he had to say or if he was annoying with how he said it, he seemed to at least be honest about what he was feeling to a point. And Giannis seemed to try to do everything humanly possible to make himself look like the good guy. And in the end, he burned the Bucks and burned himself because he's traded a little bit late. He hurts his own chances of future titles, and the Bucks didn't get a full return because Giannis dragged us out for too long.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Good job.
I struggle with disingenuousness
And it's just, like, first of all, I just think it's important to reiterate, this is not what the Bucks ever wanted, right? Like, this is not, so, like, let's not spin this as, because and look, there's been some, members of the media that have kind of, bought hook, line, and sinker his sales pitch. And this idea, like, I think my favorite one was, I can't control what my agent says. He works for you, man.
Right.
And and by the way, it's not him saying things. That's an agent's job. Like, I've never had an agent. I don't see myself as big enough to need an agent. During my brief time at the big ESPN, my agent was Craig Karmazin, who negotiated that. So I've never had an actual agent. But it's their job to be the bad guy. And then you can just say, oh, I don't know, my agent's handling it. But that's not what he said. He basically made it sound like the agent was acting like going rogue, which he wasn't. Like, he just, look, he has been a great player. And I hate it when I end up on this side of these types of conversations, because then people who either don't understand nuance or choose to ignore the obvious nuance to my argument then get mad at me. I'm not mad at Giannis. Frankly, if it wasn't for people that work for the Bucks or are heavily involved with the Bucks that care deeply about it, I'm not sure that this would affect me all that much at all. Like, this is it's a lot different when they traded Ray Allen. I can tell you that.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, that hurt.
But, like, I just wish he had, I used this line with Tausch this morning because I'm still amazed that the concussion thing in the NFL has just gone away. Nobody thinks about it anymore. Oh, yeah, everything's great. But Will Smith, who, as Tausch pointed out, also sings "Welcome to Miami."
Oh, great
I'm
song.
Thinking of him. I'm thinking of him as Dr. Bennett Omalu saying, "Tell the truth, tell the truth," in concussion, because that's, like, I just wish he had been more honest. And to your point about Aaron Rodgers, like, he's douchey, he's controversial, however you want to view him, right? I certainly disagreed with certain things he said in recent years. But he said, I knew from the minute that they drafted Jordan that the clock was ticking and that I wasn't going to end my career here. Like, he didn't make it sound like anything other than, look, they've got their guy. It's time for me to move on. I'm gonna choose to play for the Jets. It failed spectacularly, but that's what, I just thought that was so much more honest. And what really irritates me is that people, and again, Jesse was like 15, which means Riley was like 4. But, like, the Favre thing, like, everyone forgets, like, the Vikings were accused of, and it's very hard to prove, but they were tampering with Favre after the 2007 season. Like, he did not, and I just want people to understand this, Brett Favre did not come back to Green Bay to try and get his old job back. That narrative is 100% false. He came back because he knew the Packers had moved on with Rodgers, and he wanted to force their hand to release him because he was on the reserve retired list. So force them to reinstate me, then force them to have me out there at practice, and it's going to drive them crazy. So then they'll just release me so they can get rid of the headache, and I can go play for the Vikings. He never wanted his job back here. After the 2007 season and after he retired in March of 2008, he wanted to go play for the Vikings. But again, you never heard him say that. And that's the same here with Giannis. Like, you just own what you want. I don't think that that's unreasonable, and I don't think that makes him a bad guy if that's what he wants.
Agreed.
It's just it's like the old saying about the cover-up is worse than the crime. Like, not being truthful about it is worse than what he actually wanted. I think people would have understood better. Hey, I'm Giannis, okay? They tried everything to make this work. They traded for Dame. They stretched his contract. They went out and got Miles Turner. I know they tried, but I'm ready for a new challenge. And I wish he had done that a year ago, because then they wouldn't have stretched Dame and they wouldn't have acquired Miles Turner, and maybe they'd be in a little bit better shape and they would have gotten more in the trade and everything else. But he chose to take the approach of, I don't want to be the bad guy, and this is a false equivalency, because the stuff that this guy I'm going to mention did is a lot different than not being honest about not wanting to be here anymore. But like, it's kind of like remember when Tiger Woods created this image that he never did anything wrong, he did everything right, he was this perfect guy, and down below the surface, and then when it came out and he's doing a press conference with his mom in the front row, basically apologizing for cheating on his wife and crashing their car. Like, I just tell the truth and we'll be okay, but don't try to snow job us. That would be how I view it.
Do you actually believe that Giannis is leaving because he wants to win a championship and more titles?
Molly, I don't know him at all, so I can't speak to that. I did notice that Florida's obviously got some slightly different tax laws, so that I would assume
so
hold
it could
some appeal from
circumvent
people.
some of the money lost by not signing Supermax with Milwaukee, by chance.
Potentially,
right? Theoretically, I don't know what his goals and desires are. I was talking to somebody who knows a hell of a lot more about the NBA than I do, and then I talked to somebody else who works for the team yesterday, just because I wanted to understand and not sound like an idiot talking about it today, because this is not my area of expertise, obviously, and I'm still not entirely convinced that they could not have put together a team that wasn't going to. It's a little bit like the Rodgers thing, right? Like Rodgers said, again, honest to a fault at times, I don't want to be part of a rebuild. And I would say this to Aaron's face, and I probably will someday. Maybe I did already and I forgot about it because I'm getting old. But like, if he would have approached the 2022 season, which was a complete cluster. I mean, Alan Lazard is your leading receiver. I mean, that's not all on Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And he did break his thumb in London. But if he'd have been cool Uncle Aaron and said, you know what? These guys have reinvigorated me. It's like I found the fountain of youth being around Rome and Christian Watson, and I'm just so excited that, we're going to take our lumps this year and maybe next year too, but I know how good I can be with these guys, and once we all get on the same page, I think there could be a real renaissance here. I would have loved that story. I'd love to have seen how it played out, right? Mm-hmm. But that obviously never came to fruition either.
So with some of this, as you talk, and you can't guess specifically to Giannis, so I don't want to ask, did Giannis lose his edge? But have you seen, so there was a former football player I talked to, and he was in recruiting for a little bit, and now he's in the real world, but he still likes this question of, like, what's your why? Like, why are you doing something? Because, for example, if you're in sales and your only why is to make money, well, what happens when you make enough money to take care of your family and be comfortable? Then are you still good at sales? Like, that was one example, but same thing in the NFL. And he actually talked about how NIL makes bringing players in the NFL a little bit easier because you can see how they react when they got money. And if their why was money, you can see that they're not going to make it in the NFL because they got money in college and they already fell off. But I want to, have you seen, you don't have to name names, but like NFL players or players you've been around where they get that title and you lose that edge because your why was the title, and what truly makes the greats, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, and obviously Tom Brady, whatever, is that their why was relentless in winning the titles, as opposed to, it seemed like Giannis got to the mountaintop, or any player, you get to the mountaintop and sometimes you're like, I got it, and then now what?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, those guys you're talking about, I would argue that their why was immortality, right?
Okay, yeah.
In the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, again, I have never spoken to Giannis in my life. So, like, yes, I did a radio show for 4 years with Aaron Rodgers. I covered most of Favre's career. I feel like I can speak a little more intelligently about them. But I would say this, I'm still not sure about what Giannis may or may not have been thinking or feeling. What I am sure about is that the last 4 years have ended in him being injured in some way or another.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion. And again, I'm not the NBA guy, so our fans can listen to me say this and go, Wildy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. But like he's going to be 32 years old in December. He's had these calf injuries. I mean, look, I love Homer. Homer says stuff that's supposed to be quiet out loud all the time. And like I'm on his show and he's saying things like, this guy's going to blow out an Achilles before his career's over. Which he's probably right. But I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to put that into the universe.
That's the best description of Homer I've ever heard of. He says things that you're supposed to think, not say.
Yeah, and I love him.
Yes.
But, again, a lot of times the things he says out loud that are supposed to be the quiet part turn out to be true.
Yes.
And so I'm not, it's just, I don't know if you should say them. But, in Giannis's case, I don't know if he lost his edge. I think he lost his health.
Yep.
But he lost his ability to stay healthy. And look, again, I am neither anti nor pro Giannis. I don't, you want to call me out for my bias on Ray Allen, who, as I mentioned to Jim Paschke today, every year around, late January, early February, when I would show up to start covering the Bucks again for the state, Packers season must be over. Wildy's here. He did that 4 years in a row. And God bless him.
Allen is my favorite. I worked at a restaurant nearby. He would come there all the time after games. The coolest, nicest dude ever. I am forever a Ray Allen fan. I own one Bucks jersey. It's Ray Allen. It's the only Bucks jersey I'll probably ever own. Greatest dude ever. So you're preaching to the choir on Ray.
Yeah, and so so again, I don't feel comfortable being able to speak to that. Obviously, Eric Name knows Giannis better than I do. My inkling would be that he did not lose his edge or his competitive fire. He just couldn't stay healthy. And, unfortunately for the Packers, neither could Dame, because I don't know how well that would have worked. Probably wouldn't have worked well enough, but I would have liked to have at least seen, if both those guys stayed healthy, what that might have looked like.
Jason, some other big news in the sports world. Kyle Pitts just signed a 3-year, $54 million deal. I know that is a massive deal in Wisconsin right now that people care a lot about. But I have two questions for you on that. It is a big
they
story.
Should care about it. You're right.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, Tucker Kraft. Okay, so I have two questions for you based on this contract. So, one, do you think Tucker Kraft will get paid more than, let's say it's right around $18 million a year that Kyle Pitts is getting? Because I know that he said earlier that he is, I don't know how he said it, but potentially being the number one. Yeah.
When I was injured, I thought I was tight end number one.
Yes. And then two.
I'm sorry, do you have to go to the bathroom? You keep ringing this bell while I'm on the radio. Do you want me to let you out?
I was like, me? How did you know I have to go to the bathroom? I mean, I do, but my knee's shaking. I didn't know you could hear it.
It's in your voice.
Okay.
No, it's Sadie. She's very smart. She knows how to ring the bell. It's actually pretty impressive.
I'm just glad your dog's name isn't Molly.
I'm waiting for her to poop. So
perfect.
Continue.
And then my second. Okay, so first question: how much money in comparison to this is he potentially going to get? And then two is, do you have any inkling of when this contract with Tucker Kraft may get done?
Yeah. So this is going to be educated guesswork, but I think it's relatively educated at least. First of all, I definitely think he is aiming to be the number one paid tight end. Whether he gets that or not, we have to wait and see. I would think he will. I think that, he, again, unlike Homer, he would never say it out loud, but his way of saying I should be the highest paid tight end was, I think I was tight end number one in the NFL at the time of my injury. So he's a little more nuanced, some might say. Secondly, timing-wise, I would think that this is something that, and again, Tucker Kraft, for a kid that grew up without television, or at least like cable, because as we pointed out, if you were watching VHS tapes of Rocky IV, you weren't just looking at the tape and holding it in your hand, imagining the fight between Rocky and Drago. You had to plug that VCR into a television. For a guy that came from that kind of an environment, he's a pretty deft, maneuvering guy because, he said he expects to start camp on the PUP. And what he was basically saying was that'll buy them time. I don't have to hold in. We can get the contract done before I get on the field. So, again, this is not – because I was searching for a story after this Pitts thing, and I Googled it, and I was just using my phone instead of my computer. And I searched my name, Tucker Kraft, and tight end 1. And I didn't realize that all these people had taken something that I'd said on our air, all these aggregators, and Packers Insider predicts Tucker Kraft will be the number 1 paid tight end. Okay. And again, the social media aggregators, God bless them. But I do think that that's true. I'm not reporting that. That's my, operating theory, and I think it's a pretty sound one. But again, I do not believe, Riley, be careful with how this ends up on social media. I don't believe that he will practice without a new contract. But I think they have the cover of the PUP list, kind of like they did with Jordan Love. Like, they didn't really force him to kind of like wear the idea of, I'm holding in, I'm not going to practice till I have my contract done. They kind of massaged it a little bit, even though that's exactly what was happening.
Yeah. Jason, awesome stuff. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us.
I'm glad that we can share our Ray Allen Fan Club membership cards. And so if they retire 34 for Giannis someday, do they also retire Ray with him?
Yeah, I think that's weird because
Don't
Ray
you have to? Like,
I think
how
so.
often do two great players have the same number for the same organization?
That is a great question. And the only part is that Giannis is so good he deserves it on his own. So does Ray. But look, I guess they'll probably have to do both. So Wildy, you'll appreciate this. So Ray, and I lost it, but when he would come in all the time, finally I was like, you know what, I'm just going to ask him to sign something. And I didn't really have anything for him to sign, but it was like the third time he's in, I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be back again. And so I was thinking, and I had him sign the cover, like not the plastic part, but the inside cover of the He Got Game soundtrack, because that's all I had. So I have Ray Allen signed on that, which is fun. But he was a great dude. Always want to do it.
Do I have time for a 30-second story?
Yes.
So for the State Journal, because I was covering the Bucs then, in addition to the Packers, and when He Got Game came out, I went through the proper channels to set up an interview with Spike Lee.
Ooh.
And, I mean, I was really young. That was, 96, 97, somewhere in there. So I am at home at my parents' house in Milwaukee, and, we didn't really have cell phones that extensively. So the phone rings at my parents' house, and my mom answers, and I'm in our basement, and she says, Jason, you have a phone call. It's somebody named Spike.
That's crazy.
And it was frickin' Spike Lee calling my parents' house.
That's insane.
It was unbelievable, and he was great, and obviously Ray, Jesus Shuttlesworth. I mean, it was so cool to do that story. That's one of my all-time favorite stories. But yes, Jason, somebody on the phone. His name is Spike.
Jason, the kids will never know. I called Sam Decker when he was in high school once for an interview. We set it up with him, and then we called his house, and his mom's like, "Well, we just started supper, but I guess you can talk to Sam." And so Sam had to leave the supper table. That's the word they used to go do an interview with me and Tom Lee in one of the iterations of the Jump Around podcast.
That is very Sheboygan on brand right there.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, Jason, thank you.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
Madison College is somewhere that, obviously sets you up for success.
Oh, Madison College does set you up for success, and that is why I'm here today. Madison College has 7 campuses across South Central Wisconsin, including 3 that are right here in Madison, with others in Fort Atkinson, Portage, Reedsburg, and Watertown. Their programs offer hands-on training with cutting-edge equipment, from robotics to medical simulation labs, plus real-world experience through internships and clinical placements. Madison College is also home to 10 Wolfpack athletic teams with championships at every single level. You can stay connected and learn more by following at Madison College on social media.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by The Jump Around. Don't miss new episodes of this exclusive digital show talking all things Wisconsin sports. New episodes debut Thursdays at 12:30, streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yao. Reporter for the Badger Observer Jake Kokorowski joined the Jump Around last Thursday, and he believes that 8 wins should be the benchmark for Wisconsin football.
I think it's possible. In fact, I think it should be the standard. They don't have Michigan. They don't have Ohio State. They don't have Oregon. I do feel Wisconsin's got a chance of getting to 8 wins. And there's always those games that, this is, for me, it's the year for Wisconsin. Can you go on the road to Penn State and get that win? What can you do against Notre Dame? So I think those are the kind of the big questions in year 4 for Luke Fickell.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
I didn't see myself going to college because I struggled with anxiety and depression, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I found my community. There are a ton of support resources, and I never feel like I'm alone. My advice to others, keep pushing on. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Matt Hamilton here for Leinekugels, the craft beer that showcases a commitment to tradition and quality, founded in 1867 in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. No matter where I'm at, on the ice, on my boat, or if I'm just watching the big game, I always have a Leine's in my hand. Whether it's the refreshing summer shandy, the smooth honey vice, or my personal favorite, the juicy peach, there's a delicious flavor for every moment. Pick it up wherever you get delicious beer, but remember, you gotta be 21 years or older to enjoy.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code BALANCE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code BALANCE to borrow up to $10,000. Use code BALANCE to borrow up to $10,000.
Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European. Have you heard about the all-new Audi Q3? The Audi Q3 has it all. Exquisite design, advanced tech, and fun-to-drive dynamics all in one vehicle. Take a test drive today at Zimbrick European, and you'll be finding yourself saying, that SUV is made to move. My friends over at Zimbrick European are ready to help you find your ride. I know you'll get not only an amazing vehicle, but an outstanding delivery experience, including a big red bow. Stop by Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road.
You're listening to Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Oh, my, tell me what do I see? A long-legged woman staring back at me. Looking so good, I'm howling at the moon tonight.
What are we doing here, Riley? What is
This
this?
sounds like a real song. Like you would listen to it at a honky tonk.
Sounds like Riley singing.
It's actually his brother. No, I'm just kidding.
No, my brother sounds better than this. I love the actual music, the instruments in the background. The chorus isn't terrible, but the voice of the guy just sounds like royalty free. like a royalty-free country music singer. But it's one of the best ones I could find.
So
and
can
we
I
got to
tell-
get some country in.
Sure, I guess. Let me just throw on my cowboy boots.
Yeehaw!
Going off that, though, let me tell you a little story, because it's, we got a couple minutes here. So last night, I was watching the World Cup game. I think the last game was Jordan and somebody else. I can't even remember who won. But so I was watching that. That was a late game. And then I just, wasn't tired yesterday, and I don't know why. I drank my Zoa early in the day, too, so I'm it's not like it's caffeine that's hitting me. I don't know. I just, I'm not going to sleep. So it's literally 12:30 and I'm still just sitting on my couch, watching reels with my husband, just showing him and annoying him with funny ones and whatnot. So that's number one, is that I didn't see the Giannis stuff until I went down to my bed at 1:00 in the morning, because my notifications shut off at 10:30. So I never saw the Sham stuff coming in or any of the text messages that I was getting blown up with. And I was just holy crap, Giannis got traded at that time. But going off this AI song thing is one of the reels that I found, and this account that I found is this guy is an Uber driver. And tell me if you guys have seen this guy. But he asks the person what their name is, and obviously the Uber driver knows what your name is because it comes up on the app or whatever, I assume on their end, right? Mm-hmm. And so let's say it's Riley. Riley gets into the car. He goes, Riley, welcome in, whatever. Do you like country music? Do you want to listen to country music? And then Riley would be like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, it's a country AI song about Riley.
I
it is
did
the
see
funniest
that guy.
thing. And it's a lot of inappropriate things that the song ends up being, but it catches the people off guard because they just think that they're listening to some hip hop or country or R&B whatever song, and then all of a sudden it says their name in it, and it is the funniest thing ever. So just AI music made me think of it.
Look,
it wasn't AI. That was a real person sang that song. Are you saying
okay, well,
that
whatever.
song sounded like AI?
So,
yes. Wow. I guess I am equating AI and royalty-free music.
Which one are you more likely to listen to on your way home in your Metro Kia?
Oh, probably AI, especially with seeing what this guy could do in his car. And I know that I love listening to my music in my Kia K4 and in our Kia Carnival. We've had both cars. We got our Kia Carnival a little over a year ago, and then I got my Kia K4 just at the beginning of this year because I needed a new car. And, of course, I went to my friends over at Metro Kia of Madison, and I've had the best experiences there both times that I've been there and for all of my different service appointments, from oil changes, everything. The team at Metro Kia is absolutely amazing, and you can trust them. So I recommend, if you are looking for a new car, head over to Metro Kia of Madison.
Oi. Molly and Jim rolls on after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's Molly Brown. And let's be honest, between work, kids, and everything else life throws at me, I'm always looking for a little extra energy. That's why I love Zoa Energy. It's made with natural ingredients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, so I get that boost I need without the crash or jitters. Plus, there are tons of great flavors. It's vegan, gluten-free, and even low in sugar, so it fits right into my busy, health-conscious routine. So grab a Zoa Energy, fuel your body, focus your mind, and take on your day like a champ.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
The News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team is certified for delivering the most accurate forecasts in the entire state of Wisconsin. Morning meteorologist Savannah Brito.
When you're making plans, the weather often has other plans.
Evening meteorologist Blaze Keller.
At home, at work, or on the go, when we know, you'll know.
Chief meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Our team has the experience you can count on and the accuracy you can trust.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
I'm Isaac Miller, Wisconsin-born, Wisconsin-built, and proud to be wearing Cardinal white in the future. That's why teaming up with Iron Jock just makes sense. It's the gear that's made for how we live up here. Early mornings, late nights, and putting in that work when nobody's watching. Iron Jock isn't about flash. It's about showing up, staying tough, and representing where you're from. If you're built the same way, you already get it. Iron Jock, Wisconsin grit, every day.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Jim Rutledge.
For me, Jordan Love can start shutting people up by just winning the damn division one time.
Molly Brown.
I actually think Jaden Reed is going to be like the guy within the next 2 years, not Christian Watson.
Welcome to Wisconsin's afternoon hangout.
Do you think the Packers would win 5?
Yes, that's what I said.
Neutral
I said
field?
it 3 times.
Okay,
5 and 5.
Why?
This is Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
We continue the Giannis conversation on the Carbos Talk and text line 844-770-3776. Less is more.
Yeah, we have some.
You could have set him up a little bit better. The guy's trying to lead in our show.
That's how I set it up last time.
I know, but he's doing a lot of things. He's pushing a lot of buttons. He's potting things down. Like, you really just set him up for
failure. Trying to make sure the music is, the right volume. Get the lower third up here as you see it pop on now. But taking a look at the Carbless Talk and text line, list is more. We have some good texts on here, starting with Brandon in Tulsa. Is there any chance Giannis did this the way he did because he was upset the Bucks didn't do more to help him win? He knows he set the franchise back by playing the mind games he did and not asking for a trade a year ago.
I actually do think it's interesting.
I don't hate it, that theory. I think it's more that Giannis was too afraid to be the bad guy. And so he was just waiting for the Bucks to finally be the bad guy. So I don't think he was doing it maliciously. I just think he did it because he two-faced. What did Wilde use? We're talking about disingenuous.
Disingenuous, yeah.
Yeah, I think Giannis is disingenuous.
But I don't agree with Brandon Tulsa saying that the Bucks didn't do more to help him. The Bucks did everything that Giannis wanted him to do. They fired Coach Bud. They hired Adrian Griffin. They fired Adrian Griffin. They got Doc Rivers. They got Dame. They got Miles Turner. Like, they did all of these things, and like, agree with it or not, they were trying to do what Giannis wanted.
Yes.
So, like, the only person Giannis can be mad at for roster construction and coaching decisions and all the things, not the only person, but he should be one of the people that he's mad at and saying, that probably wasn't smart that I stepped in as a GM.
Agreed. This whole thing we were asking you, 844-770-3776, that's Carbos Talk text line. List is more. Are you more mad or sad about Giannis leaving? And I get more mad just because the whole thing didn't have to happen. We didn't have to do all this. He could have just pulled the Band-Aid off. You mentioned it earlier, Molly, where I said that maybe I was looking back at Aaron Rodgers and him leaving with a little bit of rose-colored glasses, that it wasn't as bad. Because he just, for the most part, was saying what he was thinking, and then also time heals all wounds. So, like, we would just have forgotten about how it ended. And we will with this one, too, but Giannis could have been, hey, you know what? I gave you, obviously, 13 years. I gave you 11 years, and now I'm going to move on because we're just not equipped to win anymore. In today's NBA, unfortunately, if anything, the NBA, the salary cap, things like that work against the Bucks because it's like, well, how do you fit all these players in? And if you make a mistake, it can be a catastrophe. And the Bucks made a few mistakes. Dame was a calculated risk, but it was a risk. It's not like they traded for Dame in his prime. They traded for, it's honestly similar to the trade that Miami's making right now for Giannis. Giannis is better than Dame, but you're trading for a player on the back end of their prime, hoping for health.
Yeah, totally. Totally on the health aspect, for sure.
So, that's the thing that you're going to have to try to figure out with the Bucks going forward now is, like, when do you think you're going to go to a Bucks game again?
I haven't been to a Bucks game in 2.5 years, probably. I think my last Bucks game was when they played the Lakers at Fiserv Forum. Not this past season. Maybe the season before. I think the Bucks were like blowing them out, and then the Lakers ended up catching up, and then it went into overtime, I think. But I ended up leaving before that because I was just there as a media member.
Yeah.
So that was the last game that I went to. So I can't even imagine when the next one is, unless tickets are like $10 a pop, which like they're not going to be.
That's affordable family trip. Yeah.
Then I'll go.
Yeah.
Because it's also like, okay, I don't really care. You still get to see some awesome action. Like, you get to see dudes dunk. You get to see freak athletes.
Yep.
But, like, is it really going to be that exciting of basketball to watch? Unless I'm paying $10? Like, I don't know.
Riley?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably not for a while. And again, unless find tickets to Giannis's return to Pfizer. Those are probably going to cost a pretty penny. Probably can't afford those. But yeah, now that Giannis isn't there, I'm not going to make it a priority to get to a Bucks game ever. Again, unless I'm gifted the tickets, unless I'm offered to go. It's not like a Brewers game where it's really easy to grab a ticket, hop on the interstate, park, tailgate, go enjoy the game, and go home. You got to go downtown Milwaukee, going to pay out the nose for parking. You're not doing anything fun really outside of the basketball game. And without Giannis, without the star, without the spectacle there, I don't know. I probably won't be going anytime soon.
It is interesting because we talk about how bad it is for like the University of Wisconsin football team to be bad, how bad it is for the Madison economy, the Wisconsin economy. Like, if the Bucks don't have Giannis, which they're not going to, and if they don't have a superstar that's going to attract people, that's bad.
Yeah, what's
like,
the Deer District?
The Deer District will suffer. That is a guarantee.
Look, I lived near Milwaukee growing up, and I went to a fair amount of Bucks games. I went to a lot. I was a big Bucks fan. They still were a pain in the butt, especially in the winter, because you got to deal with parking, opposite street parking in Milwaukee. You got to deal with snow and cold, and you really had to be committed. It's not easy like going to a Brewer game where you got the parking lot to park in. The weather, for the most part, is usually fine-ish. It's not December weather or January weather in Milwaukee. It's not dark at 2:15, which is always a bummer when you go to a Bucks game. So all those sorts of things play into the Bucks and hurting their attendance. But there's not a player on this team. Like, I'm sorry, you're an idiot if you think Tyler Herro is going to be anything but a mascot. Like, I mean, maybe some dum-dums will show up to watch Tyler Herro, but he's not like an exciting player to watch.
I think you're overestimating how much people like Tyler Herro.
Of Tyler Herro.
I don't think so.
Anyone likes Tyler Herro.
I agree. I'm just running through the things where, I mean, he's far away from being a guy you'd go watch play. Jaquez, you're not going to go watch play. I doubt the 10th or the 13th pick you're going to go watch play. If they package those together and go up and get the 5th or 6th pick, maybe that's someone you go watch play, depending, like an exciting guard. Like, that might get you to show up. But to your point, Molly, the Bucks don't have anyone to get you to show up right now. And that'll be interesting. We haven't seen Pfizer irrelevant. I guess last year
season,
we did. Yeah.
This season, I think it was
last year was
irrelevant.
the first year we saw that Pfizer was irrelevant. Good point.
But rather, you did bring up an interesting thought too with Giannis making his return to Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when that game happens, what is that going to be like? Is it going to be they're going to do a tribute video to him, and
100%.
then
That is going to be a celebration of Giannis, and that gets to John from Madison's text. Can we please stop with the negative, condescending spin on this, blaming or acting like he was the problem on the team? I'm not saying that you guys are even totally wrong when it comes to your belief that Giannis has been deceiving people, that he was the reason for the Bucks making all these moves that haven't worked out. Like, I don't think you guys are wrong. I can't really push back on that. But the body's not even cold yet.
The body's been cold for years. He has left this organization mentally 2 years ago.
he's been checked out.
And so then I've checked out. So this isn't fresh to me.
Like, his whole thing, even at the end of his time in Milwaukee, was saying, "Oh, they're not letting me play." What? No. You don't want to play. You don't want to risk your body. Like, that was such a fiasco that didn't need to happen. He told reporters at the Journal-Sentinel that he was not going to be coming back to Milwaukee at the end of last season.
At the end of the season.
Yes.
I don't think...
But then he went on to, like, continue pretending like, "Oh, yeah, I love Milwaukee. I want to stay here. This is where my kids are from. Their passports are here." All of the things. You can say that you love the city of Milwaukee. You love the people of Milwaukee. You love the people of Wisconsin. But you're not going to win here. Move on. That's all you had to do the entire time. That has been my stance for the last 2 years.
Yeah, and there has
How do you not agree with that?
I don't disagree with that. That if he had stepped up and said, "I love Milwaukee, but my time here is past, things probably would have gone a lot better for both parties involved. But
he shouldn't have suited up last year for the Milwaukee Bucks. The fact that, and again, ESPN, I think The Athletic, and maybe even the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel confirmed this, that he told the Bucks, I'd love to go to the Knicks. While now the Knicks are like, nah, we're good. But he wanted he wanted to go to the Knicks. And so that was real. And then the multiple reports of handshake deal of, hey, you know what, I'll give it the college try until the trade deadline. So that right there, to Molly's point, his mind wasn't in it. And the second, if you're in a normal organization or if you're a self-aware player or person, the second you have a foot out the door, then honestly, I don't know if you get more of an apt, let's just do like an open marriage. Like, how about I play for you, but I'm going to keep an eye on some other teams that I might be interested to play in. That's how Giannis spent last season. Miami's looking good. I like Miami.
I like Miami's bikini.
Yeah, Miami's a great place for the recently divorced. Miami,
and BBL.
Look at Miami's where the divorced stars go. You got Shaq that went down there. You got LeBron that went down there.
LeBron's never been divorced.
Well, he left.
Well, I actually was thinking like real life.
No,
divorce.
I'm talking. And neither is Giannis. I'm talking about divorcing their teams.
Yeah,
see,
true.
LeBron gets tired of Cleveland and says, "Let's go check out Miami." Shaq bouncing around L.A. Let's go check out L.A. Light, Miami.
So what you guys are saying could all be true, and it probably is true. However, Jim, we had this conversation not that long ago. Why do we watch sports? To see our teams win championships. Yeah. And Giannis brought the Bucks. He brought us our first
and that should be celebrated.
In 50 years.
It should be celebrated, and it's thank you next. Thank you. You won. Also,
that's a half-hearted thank you.
Also,
that's a half
hold on.
Thank you 10 years later.
How about a 5? How about we treat the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis in the same light that we have with the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre and Jordan Love, where we continuously, even though Aaron Rodgers hasn't been here for years, we continue to say that Aaron Rodgers should have won more titles as a Green Bay Packer.
True.
Just like Brett Favre. He should have won more titles as a Green Bay Packer. You are one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time in both of them, and you only won one title. How come we don't hold Giannis to that same exact thing? How come we don't say, hey, after you won the NBA Finals in 2021, you didn't go back to an Eastern Conference Finals? How come we don't hold him to that?
You didn't get out of the first round for the last couple of years.
3 years.
You didn't make
3 years running.
You didn't make all defensive first team
you got
over the last 4 years.
You got beat by a 7 seed. Wasn't Miami a 7 seed when the Bucks were 1 seed? Am I misremembering that?
7 or 8.
Yeah. How come we don't hold them to that standard? So yes, while it is perfectly fine to say I am sad, and like we started the show with it, I feel somewhat sadness because it is the end of an era. And you can feel gratitude towards the superstar that did win you a championship. The guy put up 50 freaking points in the NBA Finals. He was a star. You can say thank you, and I am so happy that we had you here in Milwaukee. You were basically, you were almost like raised here. You became a man here. It is perfectly fine to say that. But also, you've kind of been screwing over the organization that I love for the last couple of years.
Yeah, Riley, you're like the most loyal Wisconsin sports fan, and I'm sorry, multiple outlets are not going to make this up, that Giannis went into this year with a handshake agreement of sure, I'll try, but if I want to be traded, you're going to trade me, right? That's not how you go into a championship season. And Giannis knows that. The Bucks know that. As soon as that's brought up, it's over. The second that is said, the whole thing is done. They should have traded him.
I don't disagree with that. But when did he make the handshake agreement? Was it after they traded for Miles Turner? Because at that point, you're already screwed.
No, I think they basically, in the offseason, probably before you made that Miles Turner move, he's kind of like, all right, I'm willing to give it a go. But if you want to be a winner, go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. So go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Matt Hamilton here for Liney's. You may have noticed I've been away for a little while, taking some maternity leave and spending some time with the newest addition to the family. And while life with a newborn has definitely meant a few sleepless nights, it's also made me appreciate those moments when you can finally kick back and relax. That's where Leinekugel's Seasonal Lodge Variety Pack comes in. Whether it's catching the game, hanging out with friends, or just enjoying a little peace and quiet, there's a flavor in the pack for every occasion. So while I'm enjoying maternity leave, make sure you're enjoying the season with Leinekugel's Seasonal Lodge Variety Pack. Please enjoy Liney's responsibly.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This station has conducted a test of the emergency alert system.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-568-2790, 800-568-2790, or biglou.com.
ESPN Madison and Zimbriconda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbriconda.
Friday nights taste better at The Bridges. The Bridges Bar and Restaurant is back with a classic Friday fish fry, plus non-fish specials and prime rib. Great food, great drinks, and a perfect way to kick off the weekend. Fridays at the table and on the course at the Bridges Golf Course in Madison.
At Chalmers Jewelers, your jewelry never leaves our hands.
All repair work is done right here in-house by our 4 master goldsmiths, ensuring expert care, precision, and security every step of the way.
From ring sizing and stone replacement to restoring worn or damaged pieces, we bring new life to your most treasured jewelry.
Chalmers Jewelers,
where craftsmanship lives
and your memories are restored.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Planning for your financial future shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Brian from Canopy Wealth Management, and I believe your financial plan should be as unique as you are. Whether you're a details person or you prefer the simplified view, we've got you covered. Plus, with our easy-to-use online platform, you can check your progress anytime, anywhere, even at 2 a.m. in your pajamas if that's your thing. At Canopy Wealth Management, we promise care, competence, and clarity in everything that we do. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
Thanks for spending your afternoon with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
feel it. It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling, and there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. It's Potawatomi Sportsbook. You can catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxury seating, good food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. The video wall is ridiculously monstrous. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. You must be 21 to enter the casino.
Brewers baseball is coming up next here on ESPN Madison. The Brewers take on the Reds. Coverage starts at 5:35. First pitch at 6:10. But Molly and I, in honor of Giannis being traded away from the Milwaukee Bucks, we're going to stay on the YouTube stream. So if you're watching us on the YouTube stream, stay on because we're going to continue. And if you are listening and you got home or whatever, you can fire us up on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream, or you can do that on your phone or whatever. But, Molly, truth circle here. Do you ever, maybe you don't watch, but, like, I know your Kia is kind of loaded up with a lot of cool, like, technology stuff. So do you ever, like, fire up a YouTube, like, podcast and, like, throw it on your seat and listen to it on the way home?
Throw it on my seat?
I'm just pretending like you're not watching it. Like,
oh,
while you're
gotcha. Yes, I do. And actually, my car has it where I can watch YouTube videos like while I'm just like parked in place.
Really?
On like the actual screen. But I am driving all the time, so I haven't done it yet. But yes, I do potentially throw things up on my YouTube while I'm driving, but I'm not watching.
That would make so much sense. It'd be so helpful, like if you're in a major city.
Yeah.
You get stuck in that traffic for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, because I've always wondered, I'm like, that would be kind of nice to be able to use that screen when you're parked. Obviously, in Wisconsin in general, on the driving that you do, it's not really lined up where you're going to have to be like, you know, you're not driving. You're going to be able to have a minute to be able to take a look at it. But we're going to continue this conversation on the other side. The NBA draft is coming up tonight, oh, by the way, too, and I'm curious what the Milwaukee Bucks do. But we'll continue this conversation. Molly had a great question that we're going to ask on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream, and that's, do you want Giannis to win a title with the Miami Heat? We'll continue this conversation with that Siding Unlimited poll question. Do you want Giannis to win a title with the Miami Heat? This is Molly and Jim. Watch us on YouTube.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Here's the thing. Buying jewelry should feel good. Not rushed, not pressured, and definitely not final if it's not right. That's why at Condon Jewelers you can exchange your purchase so you actually end up with what you really want. And when it comes to value, Condon Jewelers offers some of the best prices in the area without sacrificing quality, service, or trust. So whether you're celebrating a big moment or just treating yourself, you can shop confidently knowing they've got your back. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
As a first-generation student, I initially joined the military to ensure I could afford college, and I had a lot of self-doubt. But at Madison College, there are so many resources extended to me, and I feel supported and confident to reach my goals. Best of all, I'll be able to transfer to a 4-year college debt-free. My advice to others, believe in yourself and your future. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
It happens without warning. And when it's a truck crash, everything changes. Trucking and insurance companies know how to protect themselves after a crash. Call Gruber Law Offices and let us protect your rights. Never take on the insurance company alone. We've got the knowledge, skills, and resources to fight and win. And you pay nothing up front to get the help you need. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
My name is Zach Lind. I'm a podiatric surgeon at Stoughton Health. What brought me into podiatry specifically was a lot of injuries growing up. I skateboarded a lot, played hockey, so I was kind of always injured, a lot of heel pain, a lot of ankle sprains, so I had seen a local podiatrist quite frequently. What I focus on mainly in practice is a lot of the elective bunions, hammer toes, flat foot reconstruction, high arch reconstruction. We do a lot of ankle fractures, fifth met fractures, so Jones fractures, Liz Frank injuries, Achilles ruptures.
Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honey's. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honey's to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honey's experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honey's.
Time now for a special ESPN Wisconsin presentation.
First pitch, Yelich, a high drive, deep right, down the line, fair and gone!
This is our crew.
Call us whatever you want, underdog, call us whatever the hell you want.
I think everybody around the league is taking note of this guy.
Mizorowski, the pitch, swing and a miss, he struck him out!
This is Milwaukee Brewers baseball on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
My advice to others, keep pushing on. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Looking to save thousands on your next vehicle? Head to Metro Ford of Madison for their employee pricing event and the hail sale. That means employee pricing on select new Ford vehicles plus additional hail sale savings that could put thousands back into your pocket. Whether you're shopping for a tough F-150, a versatile Explorer, or a fuel-efficient Maverick, now is the time to buy. Inventory is moving fast, so don't wait. Visit Metro Ford of Madison on Wayne Terrace in Madison or shop online at metrofordofmadison.com.
Thanks for spending your afternoon with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Continues. Welcome into the ESPN Madison YouTube stream of Molly and Jim. We're going to continue to talk Milwaukee Bucks, so if you're on the YouTube stream, are we streaming on ESPN Wisconsin as well? The ESPN Wisconsin app?
That we are on that.
All right, so if you're streaming on the ESPN Wisconsin app, you can chime in as well on the Carbos Talk text line 844-770-3776. I don't think we posted a Carbos Talking text line, a signing limit poll question, and I'd like to post this one because I think it's one a little bit to challenge you, Riley, but Molly, you brought up a great question, and I'm going to put it out to our fans. Do you want Giannis to win a title in Miami?
For me, no.
Okay.
I don't want to see him win.
Because you're a hater, or why not?
Yes, I'm a hater. Like, legit. I think that's the only reason is because I would feel salty. But, again, maybe it's one of those things that it's like, okay, if it actually does happen, I'll maybe feel different in the time, like in the moment. But as of right now, no, I don't want to see him win. Do I want to see him suck? No, not particularly.
You're going to say suffer?
No, I mean, I guess that's another one, too. Do I want to see him suffer? Not really. But, like, also kind of don't want to see you have a ton of success either. I don't know.
I get it. Like, there's a chance, the season won't be started. I was like, I think I might be going down to Miami, but I think it's going to be September. Because, like, I would go see him play for the Heat down in Miami. And I don't know. I really hate the Heat. So I don't know if I can actually root for him with the Heat. And, like, the only reason I don't want Giannis to win a title with the Miami Heat is that I just don't like the Miami Heat.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was me with the Boston Celtics.
Yeah,
like, I don't want you to go there because I don't like them.
I just don't. I just the Heat fan are annoying. They talk like it's never. They have one homegrown guy. It's always been like, all right, we'll just use our no income tax and our great weather and our cool uniforms and Pat Riley, and we'll just kind of attract people down here. And that's how we're gonna win. They really have been like the villains for so long. They really have been the quote unquote like second wife team for all the superstars.
Second wife team.
But they really are. Like Miami Heat are the second wife team for NBA superstars. That's how they get their rings. Shaq, LeBron, Bosh, obviously Wade was already there. But then obviously if Giannis goes down, they're really going to cement themselves as the second wife team for NBA superstars.
So it is interesting because I was listening on Sportsmanlike this morning, which you can hear on ESPN Madison.
Evan would hate that take, by the way.
From 5 to 9. What take?
The second wife
thing? I'm so curious when we talk to him. Hopefully this Thursday. I don't know when we talk to him next, but I'm so curious to hear his thoughts on Giannis. So I did hear Chris Canty say this morning on Unsportsmanlike, basically like, without saying it to be a failure, but this is essentially what he said, was just based on all of those guys that you just listed off and the success that they had in Miami, if Giannis goes to Miami and doesn't win a title, it'll be a failure. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. And not because, like, specifically, like, oh, it's championship or bust, but I view it as a failure overall. I said it earlier. Remember when I mentioned that Giannis being disingenuous screwed over himself and the Milwaukee Bucks? That he took a whole year of his championship window. Because I think we all do believe that he would have played on a good team. I mean,
Giannis last year?
Yeah. Doc was on with Bill Simmons, and Bill Simmons was talking about how, the Celtics, you got to worry about his health. Would he be able to play right away? And Doc's like, oh, he's healthy. He can play.
Yeah.
Like, without a doubt. I mean, if the Bucks were in contention for anything, he would have played. The Bucks didn't want him to play. He knew that, so that's why he played that little game of like, oh, I want to play, but they won't let me. He was fully capable. Again, another game that Giannis played at the end. But because of the games that Giannis played, it cost him a year minimum of his prime to go win a title, and it cost the Bucks a year of rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, yeah, that's the way I look at it.
Forrest.
I knew something funny was said.
Wait, did you read the text line at all? Okay.
No.
Okay, so
I
Forrest.
can tell your face lit up with something. As I was talking, and I almost stopped. I was like, just tell me what
this was almost 30 minutes ago that he texted this in, but he texted it on the Carlos Talking text line. He said the 2026 season with Giannis was a box full of chocolate. You never knew what the hell you were going to get. I sound stupid saying it. I can't do it.
Well, I mean...
You do it. You're better.
Life is like... So what is it? I got to do the...
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
So that's what he said the 2026 season was.
The 2026 season with Giannis was like a box of chocolates.
Riley, I feel like you have a good
You
Forrest
never
Gump.
know what you're going to get.
The 2026 season with Giannis is like a box of chocolates.
Somehow you sound 20 years older when you do
He
that.
does.
You aged your voice.
He sounds so mature.
When I talk like Forrest Gump,
you do.
That's a compliment.
That movie is so unintentionally hilarious.
It's a great movie.
I did like the movie.
I love all the historical references where he just happened to be at every single major historical event throughout his lifetime. That was probably my favorite aspect.
Who's the Forrest Gump of the NBA?
I don't know what that means.
Like, just been around. Like, Robert Horry comes to mind.
Well, Pat Murphy compared Jacob Mizorowski to Forrest Gump. So if Miz,
that's not nice.
So if Miz is the Forrest Gump
why
of Major League Baseball,
compare him to, just because of his looks?
Just because he's there to play baseball.
Wait, but we also compare.
I just felt like running. I just felt like pitching.
I just felt like pitching and throwing hard.
That is so mean.
It's big. It's
when
big
I say
move.
like the Forrest Gump of, because of like he just appears in all these historical things. Like, is there an NBA player who's just like, this guy's on this team, and he was on this team, and he was on this team?
Ooh.
So, like, Robert Horry is one. He's got titles with this. Steve Kerr because he won
Steve
titles.
Kerr.
He's
with,
been forever.
I
Yeah.
felt like Kyle Korver was on a ridiculous amount
He
of
was,
teams.
but like you got to have the historical aspect of it. So Kerr won titles with the Bulls, the Spurs, and then Golden State. So kind of just like because Forrest would fall into all these like
the big events.
And that's over like the course of 30 years.
right.
Plus.
So like over the course of the NBA career, Steve Kerr could be kind of the Forrest Gump of like he just was around greatness.
That is
throughout.
It's not a bad comp.
Because he was Jordan, then Duncan and Robinson, and then Steph Curry.
Thanks, Forrest, in the 608 for getting us into those.
We already put out. I just put out the poll
see
question
this.
on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel or the ESPN Madison Twitter account, and already 13 votes in, 100% no to yes.
What do you think?
No, I don't want Giannis to win a
I
championship.
thought you said you were a Giannis
I love
fan.
Giannis. Just because I love Giannis doesn't mean I want to see him win in Miami. I want him to play well. I want him to maybe win a series or two in the playoffs, but I don't want him to win a title.
So you're more Team Bucks than you are Team Giannis.
I am more Team Bucks than I am Team Giannis, but I just think we should respect Giannis and everything he did for the Bucks and for us as Bucks fans one day after he was traded to the Heat.
I give you that, but like we're acting like one, he didn't die; he was just traded.
I
So
know.
like we're not
I
doing
know.
eulogies here.
We just got a divorce. It's not a funeral.
Right. And then two, I love that Riley in divorce would be like, no, I want her to be miserable.
I
don't want her to remarry.
It depends.
I want it to be horrible for her.
Don't you dare get another ring.
Yeah. So good analogy.
I
there.
know. Thank you.
So, but with the Bucks side of it and the Giannis side of it here, like he goes down to Miami and wins a ring. Like what? If, let's say he plays Boston. Are you rooting for Boston or Miami to get to the NBA Finals?
I'd root for Miami
I
and
probably would
Giannis
too.
to get to the finals. I'm okay with Giannis getting to the finals.
So like the Lakers, he plays the Lakers.
I'm rooting for the Lakers. I don't want.
Is there a team in the
Luka,
West?
Luka.
No, I don't hate really any team in the West. I mean, OKC is frustrating to watch.
Yeah,
but
they're not aesthetically pleasing.
No,
But I hate OKC. I'd rather see Giannis and Miami win than OKC.
But then see OKC, I'd be a little torn because I do want Giannis to be successful and be happy, but I don't know. It just wouldn't sit right seeing him win a ring in Miami. That would just feel gross. I would not enjoy that.
I get it. It's a great question because it really does show the true nature, which I don't blame fans for. I'm glad that like you're letting the hate run through of like this tells me you're mad. Like you don't want to admit it. You're just not in that stage yet. You're mad that this is over.
The stages of grief.
Yes, you're at some
acceptance
at some subconscious level. As we put you both on the couch here and do a therapy session, you want Giannis to fail, which means you're mad.
But,
or you only want him to succeed to a certain point. Again, back to the
well,
analogy.
it's just
You want your ex-wife to get remarried, but to someone who's not as attractive or successful as you.
But it's also like I'm not going to root for him because he's not on my team.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to root. Like I don't like you enough. I don't like you enough to root for you or be happy for you versus my own team.
What about Aaron Rodgers? Did you do that for him? I'm just curious. Like, do you want him to succeed in the Steelers?
Let me think back. I think there's a video on our Instagram that actually like displays my feelings pretty accurately. I mean, with the Jets, it was so short lived. Like I was pretty sad for him when he tore his Achilles. But with like the Steelers last year, going into it, I was like, I want to see Giannis, or not Giannis, Jiminy Christmas. I want to see Rodgers.
Players who've jilted the Wisconsin fans.
Just all broken our hearts. No, it was I want to see Giannis. Oh my God, I want to see Aaron Rodgers.
Myles Garrett?
Have success. Stop.
Micah Parsons.
Stop it right now. I want to see Aaron Rodgers have success. I want to see him like do something. I don't want to see him look like an old man like he does, right? And then as soon as the Packers played him, I'm just like, I want him. Like, I want the Packers to beat the crap out of you. But then it kind of went back to like, okay, like I'm good. Like I'm moved on.
So like if the Packers are out of the playoffs and the Steelers are rolling, go Rodgers?
Yeah, probably now, especially because it's Mike McCarthy too.
So do you think in like 2 or 3 years when the Bucks are still in a rebuilding phase and let's say Miami's got one
people are going to be mad that you just said that.
Well, they are going to be.
That's true.
Let's hope that they haven't like. Let's hope they're still rebuilding and not assembled a bad team. It's like this is it. This is what we got. Like if they tried to like have a team ready to go in 3 years.
I hope in 3 years they're on the precipice of being a contender again.
In 3 years, have this conversation, but
some of their picks don't even happen for another 7 years.
Yes, that's
2031. They start rolling in.
2 out of the next 3 years they don't have a pick, I believe, and then the other years they have swaps. One of the years they get this, someone can swap with them. It's like a swingers club with their pick. Like everyone can swap with whomever. For I think the Bucks can swap with Portland can swap with the Bucks. The Bucks can swap with Miami, and so there's a lot of ambiguous nature for their pick.
But Portland would probably get that best pick out of that, and then the Bucks, then the Heat.
So this is a big year, and so these 2 picks, again, I'd rather them trade it and go get a guy at the top. But this is a big year for them. But you look at it for the Bucks to be good, they will not be good when Tyler Herro's on this roster. I just want to start that, and I will.
You just hate Tyler
I hate
Herro
him so much, and honestly, it has nothing to do with the fact he didn't go to University of Wisconsin. It has nothing to do with that. He's just. Everything about him.
I get it.
Even the way he plays basketball, it's
he's phony. He's phony.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing.
For what it's worth, I had a buddy who ran into him at an AAU tournament in high school when he was a
15
freshman.
years ago.
Yeah,
that's when he really
ago.
looked like Elle from Stranger Things. I saw some of those old photos, and then it's a spitting image.
And he said he was a jerk.
Yeah.
He did not like him. But that was my buddy.
I don't know a lot of people who have said that's why the national narrative of Tyler Herro going home to Milwaukee. One, he's from Whitnall
Whitnall High School.
Yeah, that's not Milwaukee. Not to be that guy, but that's not. That's I grew up in Cedarburg. I didn't go to Milwaukee. I'm not from Milwaukee. I'm from Cedarburg. There's a different. It's different.
Okay, but if you're saying it to an outsider outside of Wisconsin, you're gonna say I'm from a Milwaukee suburb.
Yeah, but the difference is I don't try to claim I'm from Milwaukee. I would just describe it like that. Tyler tries to claim he's a city kid from Milwaukee when he's a kid from the burbs. And so, what's the 8 Mile, Clarence? Clarence has got real nice parents and goes to a private school. That's Tyler.
Never heard that before.
Have you seen 8 Mile?
No.
Okay. I've at least seen 8 Mile. Now, could I quote it? No. Except for Mom Spaghetti. I can do that.
Yes, that's the actual song from it. But when he actually, his final rap battle, he calls out the other rapper for being phony as far as pretending he's from Detroit.
The city,
and he's from the other side of 8 Mile. Where he goes to a private school and all this kind of stuff, and you pretend to be all the hard and everything, and you're fine.
And you're not. Yeah.
But also the way Tyler Herro plays basketball, it's he's AAU.
You are way too hung up on Tyler Herro when he's literally not going to play a minute of basketball for the Milwaukee Bucks.
I just had to get this off my chest all day. He's AAU personified.
You've said it 15 times throughout the office and everything. You've gotten it off your chest enough times today.
He's AAU personified. I think that's why I don't like him.
Okay.
He's just the living embodiment of what AAU basketball is.
How about Jaime Jaquez? Apparently, he plays really well basketball in what Taylor Jenkins likes to run.
But he's he's too old. Weirdly, he must be one of the older players
because
he's 20. He's 23 or 24. I want guys in their 20s. Jaquez is
25.
Yeah, 25. That's and Tyler Herro's 20. But for when the Bucks are good, I don't want Herro here. I'd rather be able to get something good for Jaquez.
What do you think you're going to get? Do you think you're going to get a Victor Wembanyama coming into the league at 18 years old?
No, but
what are you thinking?
Herro's 25. He's going to get paid. Jaquez will then get paid at 26 or 27. You're just not going to be. I just want
you
20.
Can't pay these guys.
Yeah, I want to be a little bit younger than all these players. I'm not saying you give them away, but out of the actual players, it's whatever that kid from. I can't say his last name because I don't have it in front of me, so it's not a shot. I'm going to guess at it.
Couldn't tell you. I think he's pulling up the pronunciation.
Yes, I believe so.
Let's listen to him pronounce his own name. Perfect. Here it is.
Kasparas Jakucionis.
What?
That was so much worse.
I'm sorry. Can you put that in 0.5 speed?
Nope, I can't. Here it is again.
Kasparas Jakucionis.
Kasparas Jakucionis.
Kasparas Jakucionis.
Kasparas Jakucionis.
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 Kasparas Jakucionis.
Are his initials KJ?
Yep.
Can we just call him KJ?
KJ.
Yes,
okay, perfect.
Jakucionis.
Mad City Brew on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream says, will Giannis play more than 50 games for Miami? He also says, get ready, Riley, for 5 to 10 years of 10 to 15 win seasons.
Ooh. I would not be shocked. I don't think 10 to 15, that seems a little harsh, but probably not much better.
30.
20 to 30. That's probably the sweet spot for
still
a
50
little
losses.
So, but
it's gonna be a rebuild. It's going to be a process.
To that point, though, KJ is 20, I believe, and he was a first-round pick last year. Ware is very young. So, in this rebuild, you want, super,
right.
In your timeline.
I totally understand.
Yeah, in your timeline. I like Jaquez is a basketball player way more than Herro, and like he's
Totally.
a guy that would go to like the Knicks, a winning team, and excel there.
Yeah, and
he's just kind of a waste on a team that's going to do nothing. Like he's the perfect value guy on a really good team.
Yeah. So then, if you're the Bucks, you'd have him for this year, maybe next year. Then when he needs to get paid, you deal him.
So, like for an example, I don't think it would match up, but I think Evan Cohen said this: the Bucks should try to go get De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
And it's the same thing. I'm sure they're staying in Chicago. Like if you're a team that's not going to win and you have salary cap space, you go to the Spurs and say, "I'll take Fox for a tax. Give me a first-round pick, and I'll take De'Aaron Fox off your hands." Because then that way, all of a sudden, you got this extra cap space. Maybe you can throw Kyle Kuzma's dead contract in there too. And so, like, whatever it is, you're trying to like clean your books a little bit. And so, if the Bucks did that and they got Fox again, then that's someone. Then you just kind of, with the new lottery rules, you try to win some games with, and you get more draft picks. So the Bucks should be trying to do that. That's what Oklahoma City did, and at least you try to follow that model. Where for a couple years there, they just kept on acquiring players and draft picks. So they actually kind of won a little bit while they were in the middle of this. They had 1 or 2 terrible years, but other than that, they were able to win after they moved off of Durant and everything. And Westbrook.
And the lottery rules, like you said, now they favor teams more in the middle of the bottom because they're trying to prevent tanking, which I don't understand that. I like the NFL rule. If you're the worst team in the league, you get the first pick. It's no lottery system. I hate the lottery.
I hate the lottery. It's so confusing to me.
I get it.
But I agree with what you're saying.
So here's the thing with the lot, like the NFL, you can't. I mean, you can tank to an extent, but there's only so much you can tank because people are going to get killed.
Yep.
Like you can't half-ass it out there.
Yeah.
In the NBA, you can kind of half-ass it, and players are more willing. Like these guys, in the NFL guys, there's a finite amount of time. They got to put things on tape. Nobody's going to go out there and kind of just be like, all right, whatever. In the NBA, there's a little bit more of acceptance of that. Nobody's going to get their head ripped off if they half-ass it. So, like, that's where I think there has to be some sort of system in place to stop full-on just punting the season.
Yeah.
But I just want to get back to the Thunder, and I'm trying to think the year. So, all right, so in 2019-20, they lost the conference finals with Billy Donovan. Then they fired him, and they brought in Daigneault. Is that how you say his name?
Not sure.
Their
to be honest.
current head coach.
I think Daigneault. I thought
Daigneault. It's
Daigneault.
Daigneault.
I'm pretty sure it's Daigneault.
So they went 22-50, 24-58. All right, that's realistic for the Bucks here.
Yep.
Then it was 40-42.
So sad.
40-42, 57-25, 68-14, 64-18. Now, the best move they did was getting picks and Shea for Paul George.
Yep.
But that's the thing. Like they brought in Paul George as kind of like, we'll eat your salary here and we'll get a tax for bringing in Paul George. And they brought in Chris Paul for a hot minute and like, all right, we'll win some games. We don't actually want these players, and we're getting picks for these players. Let's have all these picks, and then we're trading said player out, but we're also not bottoming out in a city like Oklahoma City where you got to win too. And that's the thing that I just hope all Bucks fans take away from this is that San Antonio, you got to win and you can rebuild. Oklahoma City, you got to win and you can rebuild. Like Minnesota, you got to win, and they're not quite the same level of it. But there's nothing saying you can't do this. Portland, do you see Portland's contract for the new coach?
No.
Portland's screwed. Like if you didn't like Giannis, you'd want Giannis to go to Portland. The coach they signed a 1-year deal with an team option for year number 2.
Do we know the amount? Because I know that they were trying to cut costs.
Right.
Is it the same guy that took him to the playoffs last year? Or no,
that guy's coaching the Bulls now.
Okay.
It's an assistant from the Timberwolves. I don't know why. And the guy coaching the Bulls, he left because he's like, I'm not taking this BS deal because like I just took you to the playoffs.
I got to feel like coach with a mascot.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
I guess they don't have a mascot.
And they're not going to pay. They had 2, now they have 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and looking around, like there's never like in sports, there's not many deals like this where it's like a 1+ contract for.
Also, why would you want to do that to your team? Don't you want consistency?
And this is the guy and this guy's flying high because he's the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes. They just won the NHL title, but like he is running Portland like on a shoestring budget.
Interesting.
But that was just a side note there. But in general, these teams can win in small markets.
Yeah.
And you can do it. You just have to be good at your job.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand how Bucks fans can feel like this is the end and you're not going to see another title in our lifetime. Like, I get how that could feel that way because it was 50 years. It was 50 years without a title, and Giannis is unlike anybody else that has ever been in Milwaukee.
So where are you going to be on the fans who, and I think I can call myself like a diehard Bucks fan because I liked them back when they had was Todd Day and Eric Murdoch and Vin Baker, and like that was their best players. And then I got the Ray Allen, Sam Cassell era, and then I was gone in Florida for a little bit, so I didn't experience a full Brandon Jennings one. But like I've been around for the Bucks, so up and downs, up and downs. I had no problem when fans like started swooping in for Giannis. Are you worried? Like, do you care if fans all of a sudden check out now for a while? The Bucks?
No. No. I mean, I'm going to be those. I've checked out like 2 years. Well, probably like last year. Last year. Like I said, I didn't watch one whole entire Bucks game pretty much all season because, 1, hard to access. 2, boring. Yep. They sucked.
Yeah. No, I
I
watched more NBA this year than I've watched in a while, and I've watched very little Bucks basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I was probably early in the year. I have not watched Bucks basketball in 2026.
I think I watched like the one game when they played the Nuggets on Prime.
Right, and what was that in 2026 or 2025?
2026.
Okay, because like I think probably pre the unofficial start to the season of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I probably watched them pre-Christmas.
Yeah, no, they're. No.
But I watched a boatload of NBA this year.
See, it's interesting, too, because I'm not a diehard Bucks fan, and I've never been one. So, like, for me, I've never lived through the really crappy time of being a Bucks fan.
Now, I'm not going to call myself a diehard, so just because the idea of
You did just call yourself a diehard.
I meant more
Didn't he?
I think,
I
think verbatim.
But I'm actually...
Which is fine. You're probably the most diehard on this panel. I'm not saying you're not.
Because there are some fans... I'd be like in the middle. There are some fans who just showed up for Giannis. I don't live and die really with any NBA team. I just enjoy watching NBA teams do well. Like when the Bucks are really good, I enjoyed it. Now, when I lived near Milwaukee and that Ray Allen team and Big Dog and Sam Cassell and Darvin, like I was a diehard of that team because I probably saw that team in that 82-game season and then their playoffs 100 games probably. I probably saw 35 to 40 of those games. And I used to buy tickets to sit behind the opposing team bench when the Bucks were bad. And I could go see like the Bulls when they had Elton Brand, and I'd have like not courtside seats, but one like here's the bench, and then one row behind the bench was where I would sit. Actually with current teammate Jared Yuhan, he and I would buy the tickets from a guy that came into the bar. Anyway, I would watch those games. That's when I was a diehard. Now it's much more of like I'm not living and dying with the Bucks. When they're good, great. When they're not, whatever.
Yeah, I don't fault any Bucks fan for checking out more now that Giannis is gone. Probably because I'm not a diehard NBA fan. Like I've never really lived and died with the Bucks. I became significantly more invested in 2016 when it looked like, or maybe 2015 when it looked like Jabari Parker and Giannis were going to take over. Those are
Jabari Parker.
Yeah, young memories. I remember in elementary school growing up when they were giving away tickets to anyone who would take them at school for all these contests and stuff. You didn't have to do anything. They're like, please take 2 tickets to go watch the Bucks play the Jeremy Lin and the Knicks or whatever.
Linsanity.
Exactly. So I've never been a diehard NBA fan. I will not fault any fans for checking out. I'll continue to pay attention to the Bucks, especially now. It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they rebuild and how they do now post Giannis. But I'll have great respect for Bucks fans who remain super diehard committed and will continue to try and pack Pfizer for them because I don't think I'm going to be one of them. So utmost respect.
Yeah, and we'll get out on this, but honestly, I guess it's probably similar to my fandom of the Cubs. Like I am far less a Cubs fan after they won the World Series. I was like, they did it. Okay, now what? Like kind of like Giannis when he won the title. Like, but when the Bucks won the title, I'm like, yeah. Okay, I hope they win another one. But like, it was so important. And then when they won it, you're like, okay, now they got the ring. It doesn't feel as important anymore. I guess it speaks to me as a fan, but it just didn't for both teams. When the whole thing was to get the ring and they got the ring, it's like I want them to repeat, but it wasn't even as important for me to repeat. It was just to get that one moment. All right, thanks for watching on ESPN Madison YouTube stream. We'll be back at it tomorrow. This is Molly and Jim.
Introducing